Welcome back. This is Miriam from Ultimate Solutions, and we're going to walk you guys through FERP, which is a really easy to use restaurants management system developed, of course, by Ultimate Solutions. Right now, we're going to talk about the cashier screen, and that is the screen that the cashier is going to be dealing with. We're going to talk about three different kinds of receipts, which is dine-in, takeaway, and also delivery. And we'll also see together how to change tables, split order, and split receipt as well. Let's start off by explaining the first type of receipts, which is dine-in. First, we'll click on order type, which will direct us to this screen here. A dine-in receipt is the only one that will show you the tables, and it's basically a receipt for a customer who is going to dine at the restaurant. First, we'll select the customer's table number, click on the table. Then we will start placing the order or selecting the items that will be on the order. If, for example, we want to add 5 glasses of mango juice, we'll click on the item itself 5 times. And another way to do that is to adjust the quantity from the window that we have on the left. You can just erase that and punch in the number that you want. FYI, this is kind of an important note. If the customer had a specific comment or a note on their order, like for example, they want their chocolate cake with ice cream topping, you can add a note onto the item by double clicking on the item itself and then adding the note. And that will be before you, I'm sorry, it's on Arabic, so we're gonna switch it to English and just type down anything. So you're gonna have to make sure that you enter that note before you click on send. Alright, so after you enter the note, you will then click on send. If you want to double check to make sure that the chef has indeed received the order, we will click on order type, and you will notice that the color of the table has turned red and a price has been added. And if we click on the table order, the order will come up on the screen. So let's click on the table here, and you'll see that the order is right there. Alright, so in this case, the cashier cannot make any changes to the order, only a supervisor can. And if we want to cancel an item, you will click on that sort of stop sign that you have on the right, then click on yes, and here you will enter the quantity that you want to cancel. Alright, so that is in case, of course, the customer placed more than one. If it's just one, you will just enter the number 1 and then click on, you will select the reason or enter the reason for the cancellation. Here we've already added a reason and just called it test. So the important thing is that after you finish, you need to click on send so that the kitchen would be notified. Like we said earlier, we want to show you guys how to change a table. There has to be an existing table that the customer is currently sitting in. So we will click on order type, select the table that you want to change, then click on change table and select the one that you want to move the customer to. After that, don't forget to click on send so that your changes would be saved. And as you can see here, you'll find that the table has changed. We'll move it back to table number 1. Alright, now we will talk about splitting the order. And by the way, split order means moving an order from one table to another. We'll click on order type, choose the table that you want to move the order from, then click on split order. So it will direct us to this kind of neat looking screen. So on the left, we will enter the number of the table that we want to move the items from. Then on the right, we will enter the number of the table that we want to move the items to. For example, let's move the orange juice. We'll select the quantity that we want to move, then we will click on send. So we chose 3, and then we entered the table number that we're going to move it to, which is table number 2. Then we will click on send. Alright, so it moved. Then we will click on split order. And all done. So now we're going to take a look at how to split a receipt. Select the table from order type. Alright, then you will need to click on split receipt. this screen will pop up here and we will select the item that we want to create a separate receipt for. We will check the box and enter the quantity, then click on split receipt. Alright, so that's pretty much everything here. So after we're done with that, we're gonna take a look at making a payment. Click on order type and select the table that wants to pay, basically. Click on payment. So here we have the option close order, and we also have the option to print. We will click on print if we want to print out the receipt so we can give it to the customer before we make a payment. Alright, so as you can see here, well, basically it shows that you have printed the receipt. You'll see like the sign for the printer. Alright, then we will go back to making the payment. So if we want to apply a discount, we will click on add first. Then we enter the amount that we want to take off the receipt. If you click on the percentage, then it means that you're taking 10% off the total amount of the receipt. But if you select the hashtag, then you're taking off 10 pounds or dollars or whatever the currency is. So it's an amount, not a percentage. After the customer makes the payment, we will click on close order. Okay, so now if you go back and check, you will see that the table is now vacant. It's completely clear. Alright, so right now we will take a look at the second type of the receipts, which is takeaway. You will click on order type, then choose takeaway. If we choose takeaway, then send will disappear and we will start placing the order. So we will add the items. Alright, then click on payment. Alright, when you click on close order, after of course the customer has made the payment, it automatically closes the order and also sends that order to the chef for preparation, of course. The final receipt type that we have is the delivery. Click on order type and then select delivery. You will enter the customer's information, which is the name and phone number, and then you will click on add customer. Alright, click on add. Okay, and then you will need to click on add address, so you can add a delivery address for that customer. Alright, so in this screen you can just add the address in details, and then after you're done, if you scroll to the bottom, you will see that you have to specify two things: the delivery price, which is the amount that the restaurant will take, and the delivery person delivery price, and that is the amount that the delivery person will be taken, or the driver. If the delivery costs like 50 pounds in total, we will click first of all on change, then enter 25 for the restaurant and 25 for the delivery person. Of course, that depends on your policy or your business needs. After that, you will click on add address. And then you will need to assign this order to a driver. You will click on the drivers tab, and then you will select an available driver who will handle this order. Alright, so after that you will need to place the order itself by clicking on send. Alright, so after clicking on send, we're going to be waiting until the driver or the delivery person delivers the meal and receives the payment so it can reflect on the sales. To receive a payment for a delivery, click on Cashier Operations, which is at the top. Select Receive Orders. It opens up a new tab where you can see the drivers and the number of receipts that they delivered. Click on Show Orders, which is next to the driver's name, to view these receipts. Receive order is in case you want to receive each order separately, and that is of course if we have more than one. And receive all will automatically receive all the orders that this driver has delivered. Print will just print out the receipt. After you receive the order, it will direct you to the previous screen. So you will click on receive all first of all, and as you can see, it will ask you to confirm. So all of the orders will be closed. You will click on yes, and now it will direct you to the screen. As you can see here, because we received all of the orders, there is nothing more there to receive. And that is basically everything that we have for today's lecture. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you again soon.